Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Panda CPR here. Just do a quick overview of the belly fairing that needs to come off to do the mid-pipe. So on throttle side, which is right hand side of the bike, you got this one, that bolt right there, that bolt right there, that bolt right here, this one, and that one. And that's it for this side. Now moving on to the other side. Same front three. Then you got this one. Then you got that one. Right? And you just play with it to get it to come off, and you'll be good to go. Now, another thing, a little surprise coming. The way the bike sits right now, the mid-pipe still doesn't have the spring on it. Still not closed off with the exhaust leak just yet. I'm about to leave in a few days for school for like 2.5 weeks, so not stressing about it right now as I'm not riding it as much as I was. But whenever I get back, I'm going to take that off, situate that perfectly. And then I also got something going on that's going to be coming out of here. Not the tank, but underneath the tank. An ECU flash is going to be coming for this bike. I'm going to send it off to Two Wheel Dyno Works. I was on the fence between More Mafia, KCS Solutions, and Two Wheel Dyno Works. For all you guys watching, the number one guy for CBR 1000s, KCS Solutions, hand down. He charges significantly more from what I've seen than other people. However, he's like the best guy for CBRs. More Mafia, best guy for like Gixxer 1000s, Hayabusas. Two Wheel Dyno Works is kind of good across the board. BMWs would be Carita Motorsports or Brand tuning, or SLR tuning. Kawasaki, I'm not really sure about them. If you guys know, then feel free to drop it down in the comments. I want to say SLR tuning, but I could be wrong on that. Maybe Panda tuning, I'm not sure. R1's probably X-Plane tuning. But yeah, so Two Wheel Dyno Works, the reason I wanted to go with them was because that I know for a fact, they're a pretty good company. Like, you go on their YouTube channel and you could look at all their videos that they have and all that kind of stuff, and they kind of answer their frequently asked questions on there as well, and kind of videos of what they've done, what they do, stuff like that. But they charge things like $200 for an ECU mail-in flash, which that's what this is going to be. I'm not taking it to them, the bike itself. I'm just sending out the ECU. But in the future, if you do more mods, it's free. They don't charge you to reflash it. The only thing you have to pay for is to get the ECU out there, so like the shipping cost, and then they send it back. So the thing about ECU flashes is, one, for you guys don't know, I kind of did an overview of that. ECU flashing removes all the restrictions from the factory, right? So you could be 100% throttle, right? 100% throttle, but the ECU is only giving you 50% maybe, if that. So what the ECU restriction removal would do is, like, whatever throttle position you have on the throttle itself is what the ECU is giving. So if you're 10% throttle or 20% throttle or whatever, you're getting that 10%, 20% throttle. If you're 100% throttle, you're going to get 100% throttle. It also, they'll go in, correct the air fuel ratios, or the fuel maps, or fuel tables, let me say that. That way with this, they'll fix the air fuel ratio. Let's say I throw an air filter in there later down the road, I can get it reflashed, and they'll fix it and adjust it to that as well. They'll disable the O2 sensor, so that's going to have to come out. They'll remove the pair, or disable the pair valve. So I'll have to block that off. There's a few things that they do that I don't really know too much about, because it's like tuner stuff. But so essentially, after it gets tuned or flashed, it's not going to shoot any more flames either. Possibly it still might shoot them here and there, but it's not going to be doing what it does now, or you're not going to have the pops and bangs with them. It's not good to have that. That's a them response. I know More Mafia has the Pots and Bangs tunes, and you know that would be cool to have, but I'm not too knowledgeable on whether having flames or pops and bangs intentionally coming out of the exhaust is good. No More Mafia advertises that it doesn't hurt anything, that it doesn't adjust or doesn't affect performance or anything like that. That's just outside my realm, right? I don't know a lot of the tuner stuff. I know a little bit, but not a lot. But yeah, this bike's gonna be a different animal whenever I get that flashed and tuned. Midpipe is gonna get situated when I get back as well. Bike's gonna get cleaned up. It's gonna look a lot better than what it does now. So to get the tank off, so for you guys that don't know, on the SC77 CBR 1000, which is 2017 and newer, the ECU sits on top of your airbox underneath the fuel tank, right? So to take this cover off, one, you'll remove the seat. You'll take the bolt out here and bolt out on the other side that mounts this white piece. And you'll take this bolt out and then that one right there out and pop this black piece out because it's like a little plastic grommet or plastic pin that pushes inside a grommet attached on the inside. So you just pop it out on this side, pop it out on the other side, and this lifts up as a whole. And then you'll have 4 bolts for the tank. You'll have one here, same area on the other side, and then one in this area and same on the other side. You'll undo these 2. It will be able to pivot on the back ones, but I'm not sure if it'll be enough space to get out the ECU. But if it's not, you know, you just take those other 2 bolts out and then just pop it out or lift it up. There is 2 lines on top of the fuel tank that's right around the gas cap. You'll just pop those off, get a pair of pliers. I didn't really need them, but get a pair of pliers, pull them out, you'll be good to go. And then once you get that off, there's like a little heat covering that's on top of the airbox and ECU that's between the fuel tank, if I remember correctly. It's just on like little hooks. They're easy to undo. You just lift that up and the ECU is sitting right there on top of the airbox. Whenever I go to remove the ECU, I'll do a little brief overview of that, or an overview of that, not brief, but I'll go into detail about that and kind of show step by step. But yeah, if you, I did a sound clip already. If you go to my channel and go to the shorts, it's in there with the mid-pipe installed with a few revs. I want to say they're up to 5,000 RPM revs. It was a cold start. I didn't let it get up to operating temp, but I think the highest got up to was like maybe 7,000 RPMs. So not crazy revs, but enough to kind of get an idea of it. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. I might be doing some hooligan stuff either today or tomorrow. There's another guy in the area that has one of these. It's bone stock. So, and I think he's a little heavier than me. I think we might be around the same rider weight, which that does play a factor if you guys didn't know. But he's got a stock CBR 1000 RR 25 as well. I don't know if this has a quick shift or not, but me and him are going to line up and kind of see if this really makes that big of a difference. I don't think it will. I know when tuned properly and flash and all that, you know, it adds like 4 or 5 horsepower. The slip-on does matter, so that might be like 1 or 2 compared where if it's the longer one, it might be 3 or 4. Mid-pipe's pretty much good for like 2 to 4, somewhere in there, extra horsepower. So I don't know how much it adds without the flash and tune, but yeah, me and here we're gonna link up. We're gonna line our CBRs up against each other and kind of see where this stands against his being stock. And you know, I don't know if it has a quick shifter, which that will help his case too, and rider weight and then mods as well. So it could lean in my direction since I have this done, or could lean his direction since he's got a quick shifter. You know, if we're same rider weight, and you know, if this is really down bad on like tuning or fuel mixture, stuff like that, it could make a big difference. So, you know, we're gonna line them up tomorrow, or today or tomorrow, and see what happens there. I don't have a GoPro or DJI Osmo, so I won't have the helmet mounted POV, but I am gonna try to see if there's anything I can do to try to get that recorded. I'm thinking about maybe zip tie my phone, so swing arm like right there, or somewhere else like right here or somewhere. I'm gonna try to see if I can do anything to get it up there. That way you guys can see how it looks, see how it stands, and actually get footage of it rather than just taking my word and not having proof per se. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna try to do tomorrow or today. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments or recommendations, feel free to hop down in the comments below and let me know. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Goodness. That way we can do more stuff like this at a lot faster pace. Eventually stuff will be getting done more and more and more, but with you guys helping me, it can get done faster. It can get more videos out there and get more footage out there, more POV stuff out there. That way y'all can kind of see what does what to this bike. I wanted to take it to a dyno to see what it dynoed stock, but as you can tell, that's not going to happen anymore. But these typically bone stock, no ECU flashing, no tune, no slip-on, no mid-pipe, nothing, just straight from the factory. I think they're around like the 160 wheel horsepower range. Most of the time, like 155 to 160. With the ECU flash and tune bone stock, I think they're around like 170. So I'm hoping with the mid-pipe and slip-on, it'll be around the 175. I don't think it's going to hit 180. But hopefully 175 will be a good start point. I took off some weight already. I took off the stock muffler. I took off the catalytic converter. I did the tail tidy. There's still a few things in here that I could take out once I get it flash and tuned. Like the O2 sensor, the exhaust servo motor, the pair valve system. There's a few things I could take off. I want to leave the brakes on there because I live in Knoxville, Tennessee. And if you guys don't know anything about Knoxville, Tennessee, the drivers up here are rough. So I want to have every feature I can to keep myself as safe as possible while also having fun. And that's kind of what I recommend for you guys as well. Like, yeah, I like to have fun, but I like to be safe. I have a wife and kids. I got 2 little girls and a wife. So, I like to have my fun. I'm on a 1000, of course I do. I like to have my fun, but I also like to come home at the end of the day. Like, I like to do roll racing. I like to go down some twisties. I like to go to the drag strip. But at the end of the day, don't push yourself beyond your limits. Don't push your limits to create new ones all the time. Like, be safe about it. There's a place and a time for everything. There's a guy up here that was lane splitting, and found out yesterday that he unfortunately passed away from an accident yesterday. So just guys, be careful out there. Mind your P's and Q's. Be safe. Make the right choices. There's a place and time for everything. All right. I'm not saying I lane split, but there's a little bitty gap, and there's not much traffic in front of that gap. I may or may not be going through it. So, whenever I do my races, roll races, drag races, whatever, drag races normally is at the track, like the drag strip itself. Roll races, it's empty roads. There's no other cars around that would affect the outcome or the race itself, right? That's what I try to be. I try to be as safe as I can while also having fun. And there's actually a drag strip up here that I'm going to try to see if I can work with a couple buddies of mine, or a buddy of mine. He works at a good place right now, and I'm going to see if we can possibly rent out the drag strip up here in Knoxville to have roll race events. I'm going to look into it and see what they offer, see what we can do, see if it's a safe area to do so. And then, if I can get that event held, I'll definitely make videos for it. I'm definitely going to bring this out there too. I have taken this bike down the track, 8th mile. First time I went down, power mode 5. I was in power mode 2, I believe. Power mode 2 with wheelie control on 3, I believe. I went like at 8.2, 8.3, and that was the first time taking this bike out when I first got it. since then I've gotten a lot better at riding it, used to it, know what it's going to do, when it's going to do it. So next time I take it out, it should be into the 7s easily. These bikes, professional rider, perfect rider, perfect day, perfect conditions, perfect launch, perfect shifts, perfect everything. It runs like a 7.1, I think, to the 8th, roughly. So, I mean, this bike's a 7-second bike, like low 7-second bike, but I just got to get it there. But I'm not a professional rider. I'm not going to say I am. I'm nowhere near it. But it's definitely a fun bike, and it's definitely easy to ride. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and tune in for further videos. Peace out, guys.